Hello, everybody. This is Christine. I am with A Naturally Balanced Dog, and today I am going to talk about the best chews for dogs that have allergies, and or just best chews. You don't have to. I always think about allergy dogs because, and or dogs that have health issues, just because certainly there are things that we offer our dogs to keep them busy that can actually be detrimental to their health or not be beneficial. And so, some of those things that you want to stay away from are things that may cause irritation for your dog. So, for example, nylobones. I think nylobones are pretty popular. But, if you look at this, you can see that the dog has chewed the ends, and as they're chewing, these little particles, break off, and they ingest those. And nylobones are made out of plastic, or nylon, which are made out of chemicals. And so, albeit it might be a tiny amount, or if you have one of those dogs that can actually bite and break chunks off, um, then they're ingesting this. And again, that can cause irritants to a dog that is already having digestive issues or irritable bowel issues. And or again, if they have allergies, then generally with allergies, there's poor digestion. And so I would definitely stay away from plastics, rubber. You got your Kongs, things like that. Those generally don't break, but depending upon your dog, will depend upon if they're going to be able to break those apart. Instead, I like to use natural chews for my dogs. And so there's a variety of different things. Some of my dog's favorites is yak cheese. And so this is just straight, yak milk and lime with Himalayan salt, I believe, is how they make these. They are smoked, so they kind of got a nice smoky flavor to them. And my dogs really like them. They're very, uh, they spend a lot of time. It keeps them busy. I get a lot of puppies in, and I give them these little yak cheese, and they'll work on those for quite some time. So it's nice. And then if they break them off and they ingest it, they're digestible, and so they're not going to cause any irritable bowel or irritable inflammatory issues for the gut. With that being said, it's also made out of yak, not dairy, which means then it is like a low lactose. And so that is beneficial. Some of the other things that are out there, that my dogs tend to like is, I get the deer antlers or elk antlers, and you could either get them whole and or I like them sliced in half. And so they spend time, they scrape their teeth on this. It helps to break away the tartar and so forth. So I actually like the elk. At least my dogs tend to like the elk um, better than the deer antlers. I don't know if there's a different flavor or taste. And then, of course, you got just different bones. These were originally marrow bones. And so if your dog's not used to the marrow, then you probably want to scrape it out. But I like to keep the connective tissue and a little bit of marrow in there because my dogs will enjoy it. Again, once they start getting the edges start getting a little rough, then that's usually when I throw them away, or if I use them to make soup um, uh, bone broth or something of that nature. So again, you can also stuff these with some cheese or peanut butter. You can get different sizes. Usually, you can get them from your butcher or your grocery store pretty inexpensively. But if you're not into any of those, there are a couple of things that I like. These are kind of a softer chew. This is called a tripe twist, And so you can dehydrate tripe yourself if you go to the um, grocery store. Usually, grocery store, some of the ethnic will sell tripe, and you can twist it and dehydrate it. I personally buy them. Um, they're crunchy. However, they don't last very long. It's kind of more of a treat where my dogs can get through pretty quick. Uh, Two of my dogs back here, so you can see they're a mid-sized dog, so they go through those pretty quick. Um, and so this is one of their favorites. Now, if you have a larger breed or a mid-sized breed, I like these twisty ones because they take a little bit longer to get through as opposed to the bully sticks that are just a single. If you get a good bully stick, this still take a while, but obviously this is going to take a lot longer just based on the thickness of it. And again, great for cleaning teeth. It keeps your dogs busy. It doesn't stain your carpet. It doesn't really have any odor or anything of that nature. So I love these for my dogs. Then you've got things like little tendons and or you could do like a jerky or something of that nature. So this is a jerky which looks very similar to a bully stick. The difference primarily is the softness. The jerkies are a little bit softer. They can get through those a little bit quicker than a bully stick is. They look equally, but you could just feel the you know how long they're actually going to get through them. So you can kind of feel that the bully sticks are a little bit more sturdier. And so those are kind of some of the chewies that you can use and or things to help your dog um, uh, things to help your dog kind of kill time. Some of my favorite manufacturers are I like the Gnaws, and they come in a lot of different varieties. So these are the beef twists. They also come in bully sticks. They have tendons. So they have a variety of different chews. So I really like this brand. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward, and they don't have a lot of um, added ingredients. So if you have a dog that has allergies, you want to find things that have minimal ingredients, so just single sources. And so these are one brand that I like. And then I generally stay away from rawhides because of the fact that so many rawhides come from other countries. It requires chemicals in order to remove the hide and stretch the hide. And, a lot of the rawhides are rolled and then you got little knots on the end. And then if they're white, they're usually dipped in bleach and they use formaldehyde. And so I tend to stay away from the rawhide. Not to mention, if your dog eats any of the rawhide, it doesn't digest very well. It actually expands in the stomach based on the juices, and it just keeps expanding. And so it can be a little bit on the dangerous side. And so instead, I like the no hides. And they come in different flavors. They come in a chicken and a turkey and beef. They also come in pork. I like them because they still are a minimal ingredient. And I don't really find that the ingredients are too bad. The only thing that I don't like is it has brown rice flour in it. But they do organic eggs, olive oil, banana, and pineapple powder. And then, of course, the protein source. In this case, it's particularly chicken. So those are some ideas for you if you have dogs that are very busy and they need to occupy their time, and or you simply like to give your dogs treats, but you want to Make sure that your treats have, again, minimal ingredients, and make sure that they're sourced from healthy sources. In other words, if you can, grass-fed, grass-finished, pasture-raised, things of that nature, as opposed to uh, animals that were lot-fed and or their feed animals where they're fed high genetically modified foods. And so when they eat those kind of foods, it does pass down into your dog, and it can cause, again, for dogs that have allergies and sensitivities, it can cause issues when in fact that it might not be necessarily what you're feeding, but what the protein you're feeding ate can actually affect your dog. As they say, you are what you eat. And so those are maybe some ideas that you can use. So again, I went on their website and found that they had a wholesale retail amount, and you were able to get quite a few of these variety packages. Um, and I think you got four, oh, I think it was like four or five different types, and then you got 4 packages of each for $100. I think that was pretty inexpensive, and I have 3 dogs, and I do like to give them little good girl and good boy treats. And if I'm running out the door, when I'm putting them in their kennel, it keeps them in there, keeps them busy for a while. So anyways, hope you enjoyed that. Again, I appreciate you listening. For those of you who are on YouTube, if you would please like the page, subscribe to the page. Every Wednesday, I do a Facebook Live, and so you'll be notified every time we go live or there is a new video that has been posted. Give us a thumbs up if you have any comments. Please share. I always like to try and get back. This we're in the spring, and so we'll be doing a lot of videos about different ingredients that you can grow in your garden and or have fresh foods that you could add to your dog's bowl. So we'll be talking about things like sprouting, microgreens, fermented foods, and canning and preserving foods. As you if you garden and you don't have to have a lot of land, you can certainly do a garden in pots and stuff like that, and that's always fun. I tend to have certain things that I grow for my dogs, and then during harvest season I like to either blanch and freeze or can them, and then I have food for them throughout the year. And it helps me to save money, especially if you are a fresh fed feeder like I am. You're always looking for a way to save. So growing your own food for yourself, for your family, and for your dogs is great. So again, we'll talk to you soon, and enjoy the day. Thank you so much. Bye now. Bye.